Hello, this is Chris Hale, and I am Freedom's Witness. It's been a while since I made a video because there are some things in the works. My team and I here in Chicago are working on some things that are going to be fantastic. The book is finally finished. I published it as an ebook, and it will be available for you shortly on the Freedom's Witness website, which will be launching in a few weeks. Followed by that, we will then be doing a new release, a second edition, which will be available in paperback through Amazon and other resources. However, tonight I thought about something I wanted to talk about because it just really drives me crazy when I hear people say certain things. As you know, I used to be one of Jehovah's Witnesses. No longer am I that. I am just me. And brings up a thing that I've talked to several of my friends about, the shunning process, with Jehovah's Witnesses shunning those who no longer believe or who have been disfellowshipped or disassociated or whatever the case may be. A lot of the folks around me, not really my close friends. I have a few good close friends here in Chicago. You guys up and down 53rd Street, y'all know who you are. I love you very much. Mwah to each and every one of you. However, some of the XJW community and a few others who I've recently met like to tell me that, hey, your parents love you. They just don't know how to show it. And, some of the folks that I grew up with, oh, they love you. They probably think about you. They just don't know how to show it. My remark to that is stop giving these people an excuse for their bad conduct. Uh, there's no more an excuse. If you're my age or even 5 to 10 years younger, unless you're a kid, you pretty much know what acceptable conduct is. It would be like saying, oh, my father died or my mother died. I don't know how to mourn. I don't know how to be sad. I don't know how to grieve my mother or my father or my best friend passing. Like, we all know what that is. We know it's an innate desire we know what to do when someone dies. We cry, we mourn, we think about them. We think about the good times, we think about the bad times. We talk to other people about them. We know how to mourn. It's second nature. Just like showing love to a person is second nature. We know what feels right and what doesn't feel right. So when people tell me, oh, your parents or your children love you, you just have to live on that. I live on actions. And if I'm walking around telling my wife or girlfriend, if I had one of those, that I love them, yet I'm beating the shit out of them, they have every right, or they're within their rights to look at my actions and disagree with me. So when I look at my parents and I look at those who I grew up with, and if I hear them say, "Oh, we love you, we just don't know how to show it," or people say that, I call bullshit, because actions speak louder than words. And so I say, stop giving these people an excuse for their conduct, because you know what's right and you know what feels wrong. When you come around your son or your daughter who you shun because of this stupid ass religion, or you shun them for the fact you're a Scientologist or whatever the case may be, you have distanced yourself from them because you don't agree with what they do. Hell, they could be a homosexual or a lesbian, and you decide that you don't agree with what they do, and you come within their presence and you ignore them because it's what you think is right. That shit don't feel right. That don't feel right to do that. So I do not give you motherfuckers a pass on that. So when you see me coming around and you decide to walk the other direction because I choose to not do what you do, I don't believe the way you do, hey man, I don't give you a pass for that. You don't get an excuse. Well, that's the only way they know, the only thing they know. You know what? Because that's not true. That's bullshit. Like, I know for a fact that if I have love for somebody and I'm not allowed to talk to them for whatever reason, I'm going to feel some kind of way about it. I'm not going to feel good. That's not going to feel good for me. And I know that other people feel the same. So again, stop giving these people out here who mistreat you an excuse. I don't care. I don't care if it's the man you married to and he's beating you all upside the head, but he's telling you he loves you, and then people are saying, or you're saying to yourself, he doesn't know any other way. At some point in your mind, you know that some of the shit you doing ain't right. Now, you may have some other mitigating factors that contribute to that. Maybe you have an alcoholism problem, you like to drink too much, or maybe you have some other issues, maybe PTSD. But at some point in time in your mind, you know that some of the shit you're doing to people that's evil is not right. It goes for shunning, it goes for beating up your wife, beating up your girlfriend, it goes for stealing, it goes for all of that stuff. Yeah, we all have problems and things that contribute to the stuff we do, but when we are absolutely downright mistreating people, uh, we know in some level that at some point some of the stuff we're doing is not right. So again, stop giving people a pass for their conduct, because when you stop doing that, then you start realizing that you don't have to accept it. And so I'm gonna let that sink in while I drink some of my good bourbon. Bourbon really gets me through some stuff. Not really, I just love the way it tastes. So, and it goes for me. Like, I don't accept people in my life that mistreat me. I really don't have anyone in my life that mistreats me. If you mistreat me, you're gone. Now, let's qualify that. Now, if my son or my kids were to come back, or my mom and dad were to come back and knock on my door tonight, all things will be forgotten. But in the meantime, in the interim time, that goes for all my friends too. I should say the pseudo friends I grew up with in the JW cult. If they should decide they need to lean on Chris for something and knock on my door and say hello, I would never hold that against you. But in the meantime, if you choose to mistreat me because of your religious beliefs, or because you don't like the way I expose Jehovah's Witnesses on the internet, or if you don't like my activity, if you don't like the book I wrote and call some folks out, if you don't like the things that I do, hey, man, that's fine with me. Just don't understand that if you mistreat me, if you treat me badly, I'm not going to give you a pass for it. I'm not going to give you a pass that you know better. Like, I know that cheating on my girlfriend and cheating on my wife is wrong, but there may be some reasons why I do it. Not to say I do it because I don't have a wife, but if I do it, there may be some reasons, but that doesn't mean that I get a pass on doing it. So, to all my friends out there, the people that follow me on Facebook, I do, and YouTube, I do apologize for not posting any more videos, but there's some great shit coming up, and you will all be a part of this moving forward. I want to thank my friends here, a couple of the folks I won't call out right now that have really been supportive in my journey moving forward, and some of the stuff that's coming. But the underlying message here is, don't give people an excuse to mistreat you. Don't give them a pass. Because when you stop giving them a pass, then you start giving yourself an excuse to move on, or a reason to move on and to do better. So this is Freedom's Witness, and I am off to bed. You all have a good rest of the night. Oh, by the way, let me sip on this some more. So good.